Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Uh, Today is the 19th of December, and it is called the National Regifting Day. I don't know why the Regifting Day shows up so early as opposed to coming after Christmas, but apparently it has to do with the fact that people still have presents from last year that they haven't used or they're planning on passing around. One of the quotes that showed up today was, "If you have to make your dreams come true, the first thing you have to do is wake up." And I live in New England, and this morning it was 5 degrees. My first meeting was at 6 a.m. this morning, and then I had to drive to Massachusetts to meet a friend of mine to get some things done. And let me just tell you, it was like 6 degrees at its warmest. So cruising along, I was thinking that if my dreams are to come true, I'm certainly more than wide awake. So, with that, I want to share some of today's best stories and things like that. One of my favorite stories, and I know it's always a point of contention when we see someone raising money for others that don't have, in the sense of especially when it has to do with children. But I think this is a very positive story that a 5-year-old girl, she sells treats to pay off 123 children's school lunches. Again, I know it's kind of controversial. We all feel that children should not suffer and things like that. But in the process of where we're at, to see a young girl do something like this, I think it's really really important. Talking about children again, another 5-year-old. There was this 5-year-old he was missing an arm, and they created him a Hulk inspired prosthetic arm. And the reason he wanted this was he wanted to be able to give his little brother a hug. So I think that's a pretty cool story. And as we look at other stories that have to do with positivity, again, today I just happened to find quite a few good ones. There was a father and daughter that published a book highlighting children doing good things. It's available on Amazon. It's 40 short stories, and I think you'll find it kind of interesting. Just the story alone was pretty cool, and I looked at some of the book, and I thought it was a pretty cool book. So let's jump from kids to seniors. There's a nonprofit that is out there that is providing bike rides to seniors to get them where they need to be. And it's not a bus, and they couldn't do it in New England, but they're definitely taking care of it. And I think it's a really great story. And it just kind of leads into this other story where this man had been without utilities and things, and now he has money and he wanted to pay for families. So he paid for about 40 families to make sure that their lighting wasn't shut off and things like that. And again, we're talking about acts of kindness. I mean, there's a lot of positive things that happen in the world, positive inventions and things like that. But when people take the interest in others and begin to do, we talk about random acts of kindness, but I think it's more important that we purpose our hearts to do purposeful acts of kindness and do all things with intentionality. So we begin to look for people who are in need. Another story here is a guy who had lost his son, and out of that tragedy, he began to serve hot soup to others. And the picture on our page at positivenewsforyou.com is this man who's serving soup. And I think it just goes to show that even in the midst of difficult times, losses and things like that, we can go do the things that kind of pick us up. I'm not saying we should do that just because we're depressed and get out of the depression, but I find that often people I talk to and the stories I record here at Positive News for You, I find that people make these changes and they go to help somebody else, and they find out that they begin to lift out of their depression. It's a really tough time of year for many people. I know I have a lot of friends personally who are suffering the losses of family members and friends in the last year. This will be their first Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, and things without them. And I've encouraged other people that I know to go be with these people, but I've also encouraged these people to go out and share some of the things they're really good at, and just kind of help them break off what's going on in their lives a little bit. And I'm somebody who came from a place of pretty severe depression at one point in my life. And I know what it's like to come up to Christmas and feel like you have nothing. So as we come up into the holiday season, we're less than a week away till Christmas. My grandchildren remind me, there's a lot of things we can change and a lot of things we can do to make things better. One of the things that my family we do is we make sure that people out who don't have a place to have something, and make sure that there's food on the table where we can, and things, because it's hard enough to go through Christmas without feeling like you have a present under the tree, but it's even harder if you have to go through it without food on the table. So I just think that, one of the things I'm going to keep doing is positive news. And if you're interested in finding out more about what we do, you can go to positivenewsforyou.com, Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram page. We also have a nonprofit, and we accept donations. And those donations go towards promoting positivity, acts of kindness, things like that. So have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.